Hello students, today we are going to learn the chapter The Lost Dances of Cranes, written by Juliet Wilson. Students, let us first of all read the poem. Your fields are empty now, only your ghosts dance, while cranes of another kind dance cities into being. All that remain of you are a fading crackle of your energy and some grainy video footage that people in the new cities will watch to marvel at the wonders the world once held. Juliet Wilson, who is the writer of the poem, is a British environmentalist who lives in Edinburgh. The poem is a good example of her concern and anguish over the destruction of the environment. It reflects on the changeover from endangered species such as the crane bird to the development of cities via construction cranes. From the very beginning, in the title itself, the poet signals that the poem is about something from the past that is no longer available in the present. The title of the poem is The Lost Dances of Cranes. So it has a word lost in it. That shows that the dance of cranes, the cranes themselves are lost now. The poem starts with a very somber note, that is a very sad and depressing note. It says that the fields where once the cranes lived are empty now. Part of the reason the crane birds is on the verge of extinction comes from the drastic reduction of wetlands due to the human desire to expand land on which things can be built. For the cranes, dancing is a part of their mating ritual, wherein the male crane attracts a female crane and gives birth to babies. Since so many birds have been lost, their dance has only remained as a memory for the poet. The memories are regarded as ghosts in the poem. The poet connects construction cranes to the birds since they resemble each other in lankiness. That is, both are very lean and thin, and both of them have long necks. However, their dance here does not yield eggs and more birds, but rather the cities that are ironically destroying the birds. So, the construction cranes are giving birth to cities, and these cities are destroying nature and therefore are causing the extinction of the birds. The birds are fading quickly, and the poet mentions what is left of them now. That is memory and some grainy video footage, that is old documentaries. The next stanza captures an essential irony of modern living, that is, people who live in cities think that they are getting the real information by watching nature videos. But in reality, a video is a poor substitute of the actual video of these birds, actual lives of these birds. It is worse because it fools us into thinking that we are fully appreciating the natural beauty of our world through these documentaries, when in reality we are doing just the opposite. What we are doing? We are going ahead and destroying nature by building cities, by modernizing, by building industries. We are cutting down trees, we are cutting down nature, and therefore taking away the natural habitat of these birds, and therefore causing them to go extinct. A poem like this challenges its readers to actively participate in protecting nature. It urges the readers to go ahead and protect nature and its species rather than marveling over documentaries showing lost wonders of the world. The poet is asking us to not sit down and marvel at the documentaries that are showing the lost, extinct species, but rather go ahead and participate in protecting them. Thank you.